Hey guys, today's run is broken up into 4 parts. Pretty simple. We're going to choose 2 gears. We're going to go out there pretty fast in the first gear. You shouldn't be able to talk to anyone. You should be running at a swift pace, maybe even your race day pace um, for the first quarter of that run. So for me, I'm going to choose 4 miles. Just makes it easy for me. Gonna go out there the first mile. Gonna run at about a 7:30 pace. Second mile, I'm gonna slow it down to about 8:25 pace, and then the third mile I'm gonna run fast again. So I'm gonna pick it back up to about a 7:30 pace, maybe a 7:35 pace, and then slow it down on that final mile, bringing it back to about that 8.5 minute pace. So first mile is fast. Second mile, as you slow down, you may have to catch your breath for a second, but you should be able to communicate if you are running next to somebody or say hello to somebody in passing. But at the same time, you're not going to be able to carry on a full conversation with someone because it's fast enough where you're not able to breathe and talk at the same time. So nice easy run. You can do 2 miles, 4 miles, whatever distance you kind of choose. Just get out there and break it up into those 4 segments. And then when you're done with your run, we're going to release some tension in the foot. And so I'm going to grab my plus size yoga tune-up therapy ball. You could grab a tennis ball if you don't have a yoga tune-up therapy ball, or you could buy these. I'll post a link down below. But I'm just going to start by placing the ball on the ground, and I'm just going to stand on it. Okay. Now I want the ball to be right where the toe mounds are, right in the center of the foot, kind of right below that bony part. And I'm pressing straight down. We're staying here for about 30 seconds. Now, all of you have probably heard about plantar fasciitis and how people develop this, but the plantar fascia is right at the bottom of the foot, and it's this very, very stubborn fascia that kind of that surrounds these muscles, these muscle trains in the body. So there's 660 muscles in the body, actually more than that, but there's 13 muscle trains. And so it's how all of the muscles are kind of surrounded by the same connective tissue and how they all work in unison as one. Now, I'm going to go ahead and roll the ball right now to the middle of the foot. And I'm going to go straight down for about 30 seconds, leaning into that foot, putting as much pressure as feels okay here. It's a very, very stubborn part. But back to my story. Most of those muscle chains, other than the arm lines, actually end up sweeping under the foot, almost like a jump rope. And so they all kind of get layered on each other. And so by working the bottom of the foot, you're actually releasing tension up the leg, up to the ankle, to the knee, to the hip, and even all the way up to the neck. So it's so important to release this, especially if you're running a lot. So I'm just going to slide the ball, third time, right to the base of the heel here. So not on the heel, but right where the bone is. So kind of pressing down. Stand there for 30 seconds just to release some tension right there. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and kind of the same thing. Just roll the ball to the inside, keeping it at the heel here. We're just going to go more on the inside of the foot, the medial arch of the foot. And we stay there, and then we move the ball more to the center of the foot. And same thing, putting as much pressure as feels okay for you. This is not something that feels nice, but it's something that's going to release a lot of tension in the body. And then I'm going to move right to the toe mount on the inside. And again, we're just staying for about 30 seconds each spot. And then we're going to go to the outside of the foot. So I'm actually going to do this 9 times here. But it's going to pay dividends in your runs. And just to speed it up a little bit, just going to continue moving, just moving the ball to the middle of the foot. And then moving the ball to the heel. And I suggest that you do stay here for those 30 seconds and really trying to release that tension in and around the ankle joint and all the way up the foot. And the next thing we're going to do is actually come to the ground when we're done with that. And just notice how one foot is so much more free than the other. And then come to the earth. And what we're going to do is there's actually 5 tendons right at the top of the foot here. Some people actually only have 4 tendons, so depends on your anatomy. But these tendons actually sweep around to the Achilles and up to the calf, and so super important, especially if you get tight Achilles, any tension back there. I remember running one time and I thought I ruptured my Achilles. And this is when I first discovered these balls. My teacher of mine said, come to the studio. I want you to do these exercises for 5 minutes. So I spent 2.5 minutes on the foot, 2.5 minutes on the top, right on the bottom of the foot and the top of the foot. And I was able to jump up and down afterwards, no pain, nothing. So right now we're just going to get into these tendons a bit. I'm going to do so by placing the ball just kind of towards the pinky toe side. And I do have a block here in case sometimes it's easier to elevate the foot, having the knee kind of hang off. You could use a chair or whatever you kind of have here. And so just going to sit back onto the heel using this other foot here to kind of stabilize me. And I'm going to start at the toes, and then I'm just going to slide back slightly. And just about a half a ball at a time, you just continue to move, just going into that area around the tendon. And getting even to the ankle. And even as far up as the shin. And then we're just going to move down to the second toe, the third toe, the fourth toe, and so on. And just for the purposes of this video, no need to show you all of that. Same process, just work out those tendons. Notice how that entire leg, especially the bottom compartment, feels compared to the other side, and then come into the second side and do that one as well. And we'll see you all next time.